Okay, so I've already given my thoughts on the women's world title at Elimination Chamber and Mania. Let's talk about everything else on the show, of which I have considerably fewer thoughts and permutations because it's mostly a lot more straightforward. Let's start with Trishy Time versus Nia and Candice. Trishy Time are winning. This is maybe the most obvious thing ever obvious. It's a big hometown win for Trish. It gives Tiffy a big baby face moment. She's already baby face, but like to give her a big baby face win. And I've already said in my other video, I think, or at least if I want to get my Strapley, that needs to involve both Rhea and Tiffany losing their titles. So I'm currently predicting Tiffany to lose to Charlotte at Mania. And that then leads to her going on this quest to win her title back, and taking a detour side quest with the women's tag titles. Now, you could get something unexpected. If I'm just totally off base and Strapley's not happening, Tiffany could just beat Charlotte at Mania, and if that's the case, then she doesn't necessarily need this win here. Charlotte could interfere and cost her the match. I don't think that Charlotte needs to do that. Like, her whole thing is that she's so above, Tiffany, she's not insecure enough to need to try and take her out like that, right? It just doesn't fit with Charlotte's character to interfere. So I just think it's a straight up win. Charlotte maybe shows up, says some words, I don't know, but maybe doesn't appear at all. Let's now go for KO and Sammy. The unsanctioned match. Now, in order to figure out what's going to happen here, I'm going to work backwards from what I think is happening at Mania. So I think the Mania matches are KO and Randy and Sammy and Karrion. We do not run this back at Mania. This unsanctioned match is the end to KO and Sammy. They are not fighting again after this. At least not for a while. You never know with these two. But no, this is a feud-ending match. And with those matches at Mania being the permutations that I'm banking on, it kind of makes what's going to happen in the match obvious. To me, I think this match ends with Sammy having an opportunity to deliver a career-ending injury or career-ending move to KO, but even something that could maybe kill him, right? And he can't do it. He can't go there. He's the nicest man in the world, Sami Zayn. He can't hurt his friend Kevin like that. Kevin can, and so Kevin wins. Sammy has the opportunity to win, but he can't do it. He can't go there. And that's what sets Karrion after him. Karrion is a walking avatar of Satan himself. He lives to bring evil into the world. And so seeing Sammy, fail to win because he didn't go to that dark place, that's what's going to send Karrion after him. He says, I see that darkness in you. I know it was there. I know you were thinking about it. If you had just done it, you would have won. But your kindness makes you weak. Go to the dark place, Sammy. Let me bring the darkness out of you. And that's that. And of course, KO getting this win helps KO because he's had a lot of losses, but he brags about this win, and RKO out of nowhere, Randy's back, baby. That's how you set up that match. We're all waiting for it, right? We're just waiting for Randy to come back. Doesn't take much. They could add another match to the card. They did at Elimination Chamber Perth. I would know, I was there. It could be on the pre-show a Chelsea Green US title match. I think they're doing one on SmackDown against an as yet unnamed opponent. That's very easy to then put that onto the pre-show, just have this match end in DQ and be like, no, you're defending it tomorrow. You can't get out of it like that, Chelsea. Oh, shucks. There you go. That's simple. And then, now I know there's the Cody Rock promo segment, but the thing is, what happens in that, for me, has a lot to do with the chamber match. It's essentially one and the same. And here's why. So I'm pretty confident that the match that's happening at Mania is Cody versus Cena. But here's what I want. Here's how I want that to happen. I don't want Cody to sell his soul to The Rock. I want Cena to do it. And here's why. Cena is everything he hated about The Rock 10 or 15 years ago, during Once and Twice in a Lifetime, yeah? Every single thing he said he hated about The Rock, he has since gone on to do himself. He has acknowledged this. Like, this is a well-established fact. I'm not, like, just coming up with this. Cena has said it himself. He is aware of this. Cena is The Rock he hated a decade ago. He has gone on to be a part-timer. He's gone on to do Hollywood movies. Every single thing he hated about The Rock, he has gone on to do himself. He already is The Rock. So him selling his soul to The Rock for world title number 17 is a logical progression for the John Cena character. But more even than that, it just makes a lot of sense. You were already hearing his promos and what he's saying. John Cena has already convinced himself. He needs to win number 17. He needs to win title number 17. But not only does he need to do it, he has convinced himself that he's not doing it selfishly for himself. He's convinced himself that it is best for business. This isn't me being selfish. It's because it's a burden I'm taking upon myself because I love WWE so much that I need to do what is best for business, even at the cost of my own morals. Right? And you can play a lot into real-life John Cena stuff with this. Like, think about how that sounds like, remember when Cena buried the Nexus? He said, no, these guys, this new faction shouldn't beat me because I think me winning is best for business because that's like going to make all the kids happy. And, I do think, John Cena was very sincere when he said that, but sometimes you can be very sincere in thinking you're doing what's right by everyone else, but you're actually not. You're just being selfish. Well, maybe you don't mean to be, but isn't that such an interesting route for the John Cena character to go down? He thinks he is saving WWE, but he's actually just doing things for himself. And that, fits a lot with the version of John we saw in Firefly Funhouse and all this John Cena lore, right? This is the culmination of the John Cena character. But how do we get there? How do we get to heel corporate Cena? Selling his soul to The Rock. I think there's two ways to do it. The first route is what I'll call WrestleMania X7. Cena just wins the chamber, and it is face versus face until the end of the Mania match. End of the Mania match, it's the X7 finish. Referee is down, Rock comes out with a chair. He and Cena attack Cody. Cena turns heel during the match. That's the X7 finish. So X7 finish is John Cena off screen, goes to Rock and doesn't think he can beat Cody. He goes to The Rock and sells his soul because he just sort of realizes he's past it and he can't beat Cody without help. But he needs to. It's what's best for business. He needs that number 17. So that's what I'm calling the X7 finish. The other finish is Cena loses chamber. He can lose it to just about anyone in that match other than Logan Paul. But the main three are Seth, Punk, and Drew. Makes a lot of sense. He loses chamber. And so that's what prompts him to go to The Rock and say, I will sell my soul to you if you take the chamber winner out of that match and put me in instead. So Cena steals the Mania match, the Mania main event, from the guy who actually won chamber. Now think about, okay, Drew is paranoid, he already hates the bloodline, he has had everything taken from him by the bloodline. This just adds to that character to have that happen again. Seth, same sort of thing. He has so much history with the bloodline, especially Roman, but he is Mr. WWE. He loves WWE. He's sacrificed everything for this company. And so to have the company turn on him and take his Mania spot away. But who it really makes the most sense for is Punk. Punk, once again. It's the past happening all over again. He is once again having his Mania main event that he earned stolen from him by The Rock and John Cena. It's his one thing that he has ever wanted, is his Mania main event, and John Cena and The Rock steal it from him. Now, doesn't that then go on to set up our feud we all want to see? CM Punk versus John Cena for the WWE Championship. Think about it.